Hey Tuba viewers, so the Jackery review I did got a couple good comments, people thanking me for making the video because they were considering buying the Jackery or something similar to it. So what I decided to do is I'm going to kind of make a small series out of it. I'm going to do a bunch of experiments with the Jackery. So it is currently Friday. What is today's date? The 2nd. And what I am going to do is, this weekend, I'm going to do an experiment with the Jackery. What I decided to do was, I'm going to put a mini refrigerator of sorts in the back of my car and hook the Jackery up to that and do some running around with it. I'm going to do that on Saturday. And then Sunday, we have a softball tournament to go to with Chloe. So at the tournament, I'm going to have the mini fridge in there, set up, running off the Jackery. I'm going to have all kinds of lunch meat, cheese, stuff to bake hoagies, drinks, snacks, whatever else I decide to go shopping for to feed the kids at the tournament. And then we're going to go from there and see how the Jackery does there. Difference between Saturday and Sunday, though, Saturday I'm going to use just the Jackery. Sunday I'm going to use the Jackery, and hopefully we get some sunshine. I'm going to have the solar panel put up on top of my roof rack of my car so we can also have sunshine coming in. That's a variable I can't really control this time of year. Who knows how much sun I'm going to get. But we will do it anyways. And hopefully we can get some sun to see a difference in having it set up and not. Obviously there's going to be a difference, but I'm looking for a time frame distance difference, if that makes any sense to you guys. So stick around and we will do our 2-day experiment on the Jackery, running a miniature refrigerator of sorts hooked up in the back of my car for running around doing our daily stuff on the weekends with the kids. Alright, so got the Jackery plugged into a mini wine fridge in the back of my car with a bottle of water in it, just as an experiment to see, one, how cold the mini fridge can get, and two, how much power it's going to take. At 65 watts right now, so there's the setup. Let's see. Hey, let's see where we at. We are at right around 4.5 hours. Drop down, says 61%. Still only drawing 60 watts. It's pretty good. Ah, there we go. I was curious why the bar was so high up at 61%. So at 60% drops down 2 bars. And temperature-wise, fridge says we are at 52 degrees. Now keep in mind, this fridge is a wine cooler, so it's not really a cold fridge. It was just something that I was able to get my hands on to borrow for this experiment. I have it set at 46, and the guy I borrowed it from says that it doesn't get cold very fast and it takes a long time to get down to temperature. So, but that is what it is. Put up the fridge. Bottle of water is cold-ish. So, alright, there we go. Come back out in a few hours and check it again. Okay, here we are at the 7-hour mark. Down to 37%. And the fridge is at 47 degrees still. Or I shouldn't say still, it went down to 47 degrees, so it did drop. Just out of curiosity, the fridge has a little light on it. Turn that on, jumps up to jumped to 62 watts, they went back down.
Everyone, can I tell you something?
So that little LED light in the fridge didn't make any difference. See? Okay, here we are at the 8-hour mark. 28%. The fridge is at 47 degrees. And I have it set at 46. So 8 hours it's been running that itty bitty little fridge. And I still have 28% left. Okay, so day 2 of trying the fridge out inside the car. Today we are at a softball game. And the fridge is on. Fridge is packed full, as you can see. The Jackery is on and running. Currently drawing 77 watts. I just put the solar panels on the roof, but we have no sun right now. Just starting to come out from behind the clouds. So, put the solar panel on the roof of the car. See? Ran the cord through the sunroof. Then ran it back to the solar panel, or to the Jackery. And then plugged it in here using the single panel plug right into the Jackery. Hopefully it starts charging, and we'll come back out later and we'll check on it. Okay, so we're at the 3-hour mark, and with the fridge full this time, instead of only one water bottle in there, and we're pulling in 26%, 25%, or not percent, but 25 watts on this crappy, cloudy Pennsylvania October afternoon. We are still at 98% at the 3-hour mark. Cool beans. See you in a few. Okay, so here we are, the end of our softball tournament day. So we're at the 6-hour mark. I've only dropped to 91%. My input is down just 21%, so the sun went behind some clouds and we lost some of our solar. But still, the fridge is maintaining currently 48 degrees. It's set at 46. We're at 91%, still drawing 63 watts, and solar's bringing in 23 watts. 6 hours and I'm still at 91%. That's pretty awesome. All right, here we are at the 8-hour mark, only down 82%. As you can see, we're not pulling in a whole lot of sun. The fridge was open and closed. It was left open for a little bit, so we're up in temperature to 55 because we were getting stuff out to make sandwiches and stuff like that. But 82%. Fridge is still semi-cold. Like I said, it's not really a fridge that gets super cold anyways. So, so far so good. Cloudy, crappy day. Sun's behind the clouds there. Maybe it'll come out and give us some more power here in a little bit. Solar panel on the roof. Now I did pull the solar panel off the roof so I could drive from the ball field to where I'm at now. So, I mean, it is, it did run without the solar panel attached to it for about 40 minutes, half hour or so. Oh, I see. Oh, we hit 30 watts coming in. See that? 30 watts. All right, so we'll come back here in a little bit. So at the 8-hour mark, charging off solar throughout the day when the sun was out. And we're only down to 82%. Pretty cool. Okay, guys, we are at 13 hours. It is 8:30 at night, so we haven't had any sun for a while. I am currently down to 46%. So this fridge has been running, and as you can see, it's at 46 degrees. Still got all that stuff in there. You can actually see condensation on the carrot bag. So it's cold in there. Or colder anyways, colder than outside. But we are at 46%. 13 hours of running today. Keeping lunch meat, cheese, pickles, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, mustard, stuff like that cold. I had the solar panel on the cloudy day plugged in, and it was enough to slow down the discharge, the use of the thing, but not quite enough to keep it fully charged. And it left us at 46% at 13 hours. That is not bad at all. That is a full day, over 3 full games of softball, plus a bunch of running around and all kinds of stuff like that, with food in the little fridge here, and we're still at 46%. Hey guys, so that was a fun weekend. Friday night, I made the video, and then Dustin and I talked about hanging out and what we were going to do for the weekend. We hung out, we watched some movies. Saturday, him and I did some running around. We went and found some nice areas of the Pine Creek Rail Trail, and I was showing him some things out there. It was pretty cool. While we were doing that was day 1 of the experiment. As you saw in there, we had the refrigerator in there with a bottle of water running off the Jackery without solar. I did do some research over the weekend. Saturday night, when we were sitting here at the house, I was playing on my phone and was looking up some things about refrigerators and power consumption and stuff like that, and discovered that most refrigerators work better when you have multiple things inside them. So I guess the reasoning behind that is the more stuff that's in them that is cold, the less the refrigerator has to work to stay cold. So the theory is if the refrigerator shuts off, you lose power, you keep the door shut, the stuff that's in there is going to help maintain the temperature. So a refrigerator that's full at, say, 38 degrees and a refrigerator that's empty at 38 degrees, if I turn off the power to both of them at the same time, supposedly the one that is empty is going to get warmer faster because the products that are inside are helping keep the cold. Makes sense to me. So that may have thrown our experiment off a little bit because, as you saw, Saturday we only had the water bottle in there. Sunday, I had a whole refrigerator full. And again, I call it a refrigerator. It wasn't really a refrigerator. It is a wine cooler. Only gets down to 46 degrees. Plenty cold for the stuff I had in there. Carrots, pickles, lunch meat and cheese, tomatoes and lettuce. My lettuce didn't turn brown. The carrots didn't, dry out or anything like that. Bottled water or 2 in there. There were strawberries and blueberries for the kids. They all seemed to be at a decent temperature when I took them out tonight when we got done with the experiment. I emptied the fridge out, completely put everything in my regular house refrigerator here, and everything felt nice and cool to the touch. Nothing felt warm or sticky or nasty, So I'd say it was a good experiment for the weekend. As you saw, the solar panel was getting a little bit of solar, not a whole lot, not as much as my first day video that I did, my review video. There we were in a full day of sunshine with 2 solar panels, and we were making more power than the Jackery was putting out to my camper. This was not the case here, and kind of part of the point of the experiment. I couldn't have 2 solar panels on my car. Showed you in the video the picture of how the solar panel was just sitting on my car. It wasn't hardwired or anything. It wasn't like hard attached. I just sat it up there and then ran the cord through the sunroof, as you saw, into the back of the car for the Jackery, and it seemed to work pretty well for what I wanted it to do. We were bringing in power, so it slowed down the consumption from the fridge. Thought that was pretty cool. What did I say? We were at like 13 hours or 13 plus hours. So over 13 hours, and I was just under, 4% under half. And that's not having solar for a good part of the day. Because when I first plugged it in at the ball field, when we got there, it was so cloudy and overcast, it literally wasn't bringing in any sunlight. So there was no power coming in. As the fog kind of burned off and the clouds kind of went away and we got further into the day, started making a little bit of power, and that helped offset and slow down the power consumption. But then we got to nighttime. I unplugged it when I left the ball field and I went to my parents' house. We visited with my parents, and then we decided to go out to eat. And basically it was unplugged from about 5:30. When I say unplugged, the solar panel was unplugged, so I wasn't bringing any power in after like 5:30. And then the rest of the night, so for like the last 4 hours, the Jackery was running all by itself with no input of solar to help offset the use. Another thing that kind of messed up our experiment as far as timing wise, which considering everything that kind of threw our experiment off a little bit was still impressive, the fridge door came open. When I was driving from the ball field to my parents' house, the fridge door came open. The pickle jar actually slid against the door and popped it open. So when I got to my parents' house, the temperature in the fridge had risen from 46 up to 55 or 56, something like that. So it went up a couple degrees, like almost 10 degrees, and had to fight that. So that 20, 30 minutes while I was driving, I don't know how long of that the fridge door was open, but enough that when I got to my parents' house and was moving around in the back of it, I noticed it, and the temperature had come up that much. So that also was a lot more power consumption because the fridge was running harder to try to bring the temperature back down to the 46 degree setting. So, again, I have to give it 2 thumbs up. If Dustin was here, I'm sure he'd give it 2 thumbs plus some. So that was an awesome experiment. It was fun to do. I enjoyed, kind of playing around. I got some funny looks putting the solar panel on the roof of the car. And then, opening a fridge in the back of my car. Some of the kids are like, "You have a fridge in your car?" Yeah, I put a fridge in my car for the weekend. So it was pretty cool. I like doing the experiment. And I plan to do more of these experiments and videoing them and giving you my opinions of how the experiment went. I don't think I'm going to give you my opinion of the Jackery anymore because it's going to be the same. 2 thumbs up. The Jackery is an awesome product. And again, I'm not a paid spokesman. I'm not getting paid for this. I don't get any money if you buy a Jackery. So to me, this is as honest of a review as I can give you and let you know that I don't make anything if you buy the Jackery one way or the other. So, honest opinion, awesome product. It was a fun experiment. Stick around for further videos in what I call my Jackery series that I'm going to be doing. Take care, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.